welcome to the Myth Within. I'm Dr. Tom, and I'm very grateful that you chose to join me here today. We're going to start with a quote from author Langston Hughes. It's one of my favorite quotes, and it really symbolizes the intent I have in starting this channel and how I wish to utilize it to help others explore the reality that is possible within dreaming life forward. Author Langston Hughes writes, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly." Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. In the last week, we've explored the myth of Daedalus, father of Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun and the wax melted from his wings, plummeting him to Earth, where he got lost in an endless sea. We explored the depths of grounding that is needed to begin the ascent towards the zenith, to begin the ascent towards that promised place of the dream. The dream is ethereal in nature. It's airy. It has no substance yet. Even when we have nocturnal dreams, the symbols present are there as a reflection of possibility, also a reflection of what may have been. And so their ethereal nature, they don't have substance at this point. And so it's up to us to begin to create the substance needed step by step in order to move in that direction. And we must hold fast to the dreams. We must keep one eye on the perspective of where we're going so we don't get lost in the mix. We could make it from here to somewhere across country just by driving 200 feet in the car at a time. Even at night, the headlights that light the way are only about 200-300 feet ahead of us. And we consistently see that present moment unfolding before us, but it's up to us to really keep the direction of what we're pointing ourselves to. And so within the myth of Icarus, we see that there's a dream present, but it's not Icarus's dream. It's not the boy's dream. It's his father's dream, who needs to escape the prison he created for himself. And this really sets the stage to where the tragedy begins to unfold. Because it's not the boy's dream, he is forced to engage the life of his father's dream, which in turn creates the means by which the lack of grounding in the steps needed to move from point A to point Z begin to unfold. Icarus didn't have any direction. He didn't have a dream by which to move himself forward to. In fact, he was trapped in the same prison that his father was in. And his father wouldn't show him the means by which he could create the very things needed to ground himself so that he could begin that ascent into the life of the ethereal dream. In Icarus's case, he plummets, and he plummets to the sea. Now, this is a real psychological symbol of going into the unconscious. There's an aspect that must die. The boy must die in order for the new person to emerge, the new man to emerge. And when we crash into the sea, while this may have represented within the story Icarus's physical death, this is more of a psychological phenomenon. We have to go within the sea to sort out what's there, to sift through those unconscious symbols so that we can make sense of what was, so we could get to where we will go. How many of us fly on broken wings? How many of us have had the broken wings of a dream die before us? This is a common facet of life. It invites us to go within, to sink in that sea. Some may call it depression. Depression is a fact of life. We have to go within. In fact, the ancient Greeks called it a catabastic state. You go within the cave and you dwell for 2-3 days in the dark, and you sort through the thoughts that are there so you can emerge out the other side victorious, rested, able to see with clearer direction. Anyone who has been in the dark for a long time will notice as soon as they emerge into light, it seems somewhat brighter. Now, when we go within into this catabastic state, when we sink into the unconscious, like when Icarus fell into the ocean, we're invited to go within, to see what's there, so that we could form that foundation, so we could have the present moment, but yet a vision of something moving forward, something at that zenith, at that apex state that we could shift our attention to and plan the moments to create its reality. Now, the tragedy in the myth of Daedalus is that it was his dream that he sought, and he didn't allow Icarus to have his own playful dream. And because of this, the play came out at the wrong point. He continued to play while he flew high to the sun, but that melted the wings and he fell. That is the dream, to fly to that point. But if we get too high too fast, we can fall, we can crash and burn. As Langston Hughes said, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. What is your dreams? What can you ground yourself in the present moment to begin your first step to creating that reality for your own life of well-being and happiness? I want to thank you for joining me here today. And as always, I wish you namaste, my friends. And may peace and blessings find you as you advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. Goodbye.